Welcome to the Smorgasbord Podcast, episode 9. We talk about a variety of different topics, uncensored, unedited, and unfiltered. This is my second attempt at recording because the computer died randomly for no apparent reason in the middle of recording. We're just doing stories, so I'm just going to tell a story about my high school time. I am a freshman. I was a freshman. By the time summer hits, I will be rising sophomore, even though technically I already am, because school has been cut short. My freshman year, it was good. I had fun. I was involved in marching band, all the fun stuff, and I met a lot of cool people that I consider friends. I've done a lot of fun things in my lifetime, and especially during this time of high school. And if you had told me that this would be this fun, I would have said you're chatting shit because middle school was absolutely god awful. From the people to some of the teachers, it was just awful time. I'm not saying they weren't good times, but in general, it was a shitty place. One of the craziest moments I've had in high school, the absolute craziest as far as freshman year. And if this is a gauge for how my rest of the years will go, I think it's going to be a fun time. There will be a lot of good content for this channel. For this podcast, the Smorgasbord Podcast, because I'll have a lot of good stories to tell for me, just in general. The craziest moment I've ever had so far in my freshman year was I had a friend. And he's a senior, and he had this issue, or this guy had an issue with him. They went to our school, and he wanted to fight him because of some stupid thing over an ex. It was like the girl that he liked, or the girl that he was with, was an ex to my friend, and basically she didn't like him. She still liked him. She still liked my homie. And basically he wanted to fight him over that. And I'm just like, you're stupid. Because, again, I don't understand what is with these people who think, hey, it's worth fighting over somebody for it. No person, unless you're married to them, they're your kids, or just family in general. Excuse me. Should you fight over it? There's no other reason. And maybe like friends, like for the friends of family who like basically blood couldn't make you any closer. I mean, truly. Not none of that stupid fake stuff. Like, well, he's my sister. Yes, I love him. I'm like, you met him for 5 months, man. Come on. But basically, I try not to make it too long. But basically, what happened was that we were at school chilling, and this guy, and the guy said was just talking all this crazy shit. Just say, I'm gonna jump you, I'm gonna whoop you, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna beat your girlfriend can get it too, and all that crazy shit. So. And then he made it official. Him and his fucking flock of sheep, who was it's like 5 girls, 2 dudes, or whatever the hell. It was like, oh my god, it was like I have like just scumbags, and they have like all of the girls. They have no sense of self entitlement, no sense of self respect, just fucking failures. They clung on to him with fear, just trash. And his homeboys. Fucking sheep. Just they say go, they will attack anything. It could be the goddamn lockers, and they'll fucking do it. And I still don't even know the guy's name. But anyways, he was gonna try to jump him, and me being the mastermind that I had to come up with a plan because his girlfriend was like, "Yo, I don't want my boyfriend getting hurt," and so can you? She used the word protect him. That wasn't my plan, but if it came down to it, sure. So what ended up happening was that the next day of school, I showed up really early with his girlfriend because that's what we did every day. We talked and I texted him. I said, "Hey, let me know when you show up to school. I'll come get you. We can just come chill." And he was like, "Okay, cool." So we're waiting, and then the dude that's looking for him just pulls up on us. It's just like, "Yo," he asks his girlfriend straight up, ignores me, which I didn't want to talk to him. So I'm just be like, "Dog, I don't even know who you are." I go. I mean, he went to her and he was just like, "Hey, where's your boyfriend at?" And it was just like she was just straight up just like she feigned ignorance and fucking played it off perfectly. She was like, Oh, I don't know, I haven't talked to him today. And he just walked off. And he started scanning the building for him. So then she started, being her and how scatterbrained she gets sometimes. She would freak the hell out and she'd just be like, oh my God. And I'm just like, calm down. So I called him. I called my homie and I was like, yo, where you at? He's like, oh, I've been at school. I'm not telling you though. I'm like, why? Like, because I don't want you guys looking for me. I'm like, dog, he's searching the school for you. He's coming to get you. He will get you sooner or later because he has always fucking clown sheep looking for you too. So, and the biggest thing was he didn't want his girlfriend to find him because his girlfriend, her anxiety makes everything like 10 times as big. Even though it was like it was something minor, like could have been handled easily. She would freak out because that's just what it does. You can't blame her. It's someone that she loves, and when she doesn't want to see him get their ass kicked. And to be fair, I had full confidence in him because one, the dude's 18, and though he is shorter than me, I'll say he's about 5'9", 5'10". I'm 6 foot. He might be the same height as me now. I don't know. I don't know. About the same height as me. But he's 5'11", 5'10". He boxes professionally. He's professionally and he's fought. And his hands are registered. So I had no feign I had no lack of confidence that he could whoop the guy ass. The issue was I didn't want his future to be in jeopardy over some bullshit. So I walked away. I said, Megan, stay here. His girlfriend. Yeah, yeah. So I told her, I said, hey, stay here. I'm gonna go look for him, and I'll let you know what it is. And I told her, I told the girlfriend, and I told my homeboy. I said, yo, let me know if this guy pulls up and he starts looking for us or he's waiting for us here. And they were like, all right, cool. So I call him back. I'm like, yo, where you at? I'm not with him. I'm just coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. Just me. We'll figure it out there. He just whispers. He just says, I'm in the band room. I said, all right, I'm coming to get you. And I hung up. So I walked back. And I just told him, that's like some stern voice that sounded like a goddamn dad. I was just like, I told his girlfriend, I said, stay your ass here. Don't move. I know where he is. I'm going to get him. Stay your ass here. And she just stayed. And she listened. She listened because she knew I wasn't fucking around. Because I'm like, if she comes here, because the biggest thing was that he didn't want her to just show up. He didn't want her to come to the band room. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. She would start freaking the hell out and would make it 10 times worse. So I went to go find him. I found him in the band room. I dapped him up. I said, "What's up, man? You doing all right?" And all that. I was just checking on him. I said, "Man, here's the thing. We probably can't stay here in the band room because 9 times out of 10, because he's looking for you. His lackeys are looking for us, and they probably saw me walk this direction, which would probably make them think that I know where you are." So what we're gonna have to do is that I say we go hide in the front office, and that way, if they try to come run up on us, there's adults right there, so they can't do jack. He's just like, okay, let's go around the school. And the way the school is mapped out, you have to go. There's a back door to the band room. It's like the band room is like it's another exit and entry into the school. And it's like you go out the back door and you have to go up like across the park, across the bus lane, across all the stuff, across like the fields of grass, and turn to get all the way to the front. But right between that is like a little like door that's the bus ramp, and that has a door that can pan everywhere and see. You can see everything except the band door and the front office. So we just have to make it through that gap without being seen. And of course, him being him, he sent one of his friends to start looking out that door. I'm like, I see him. He's at that door and he's waiting. And my boy Alan called me, the one of the homies I told to look out for. He said, hey, yo, the dudes don't come back in the hallway. He's waiting behind one of the doors and he's trying to sneak y'all. And I'm like, all right, cool. Appreciate it. Thank you. And I hung up and I said, all right, man, we got to go. Let's go. So we literally had to parkour between moving buses and all that to get to the front office. And we were like hiding behind moving buses and all that stuff. And we were just walking around. And we finally get to the front office. And that's when we get a call from his girlfriend, who's just freaking out. She's just like, "Are you with him? Are you with him? Because he's coming down to the band room. He said one of his friends saw him. He saw you. He's on his way down there." And I said, "Look, we're not down there. I've got him. He's safe. Stay there. We're chilling." And I said, and she was like, "All right." And I'm like, "Your boy's good. Everything's calm. Just relax." And I hung up and I said, "Look, man, I'm real with you. We could wait till first period because we both had the same class. We both had Spanish. We both had the same first period. Or we could go tell the teacher. Well, we could tell the front office because we're right there. Well, I think we should tell the front office because he's going to keep coming after you, and he'll eventually try to catch you outside school." And he was just like, "All right, fine. I'll go tell an adult." So, but which is, I still don't understand the layout. The office that we have to get to go see the principals is outside the main office. It's like assistant principal's office, but it's like not in the main entrance. It's in the outside. It's like directly where the door is of a hallway that he's hiding in. And this is like where this is where the hallway is. It's a direct line shot, diagonal shot to where his front office is. So we just have to make it to the door. It's not that long of a walk. It's like 3 giant steps and you're in. But if he could see, he moves quick enough, he can see us and he'll come bum rushing the door. So I walked in front of him and I covered where the line of sight. I didn't see nobody there. I said, "Go." And he took a bunch of steps. He went into the office. And he went ahead, he got a teacher, he told them, he talked to them and all that stuff. And he just said, I said, "Hey, do you want me to go get your stuff?" He said, "Yes, go get my stuff and just bring it here." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I went to go I went to go get my stuff, and then you look at the guy that was looking for him. Again, in like the team huddle with all his freaking lackeys and all his freaking sheep girlfriends, all his freaking followers to whatever religion he's part of, was just in a huddle looking for this nigga. And they all looked at me, grabbed his bag, and walked off. And I looked right at him, and I acted like nothing was going on, and I grabbed his bag, and I went back into the office. I was talking about it with his girlfriend. His girlfriend had then pulled up to the office and was just chilling. And she was freaking the hell out with all her friends and just like, okay, I mean, he's safe. So I don't know what the hell I don't know what the hell you're freaking out about. Gave her a hug, told her to calm down and all that stuff. And then a girl from the lady from the front office pulls me in the office and talks to me because she overheard me talking about it. I said, "Man, if he ain't gonna do nothing, I ain't worried about it." And she was just like, "All right, mister, I ain't worried about it," which means rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know, because it just fucking seemed like she was gonna assume that I was part of it, which kind of pissed me off. I'm like, I want to that brought like a deep rage on me, but I digress. Then they brought the guy, which was, I think, that was the dumbest move they could have made. They brought the guy into the office, and keep in mind, my friend Justice. There was 3 rooms. They're talking to him in one room. Out of all the rooms in the entire office, they put him in the room right next to him. And I'm like, that is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. And I just said, if these niggas walk out, if they're smart, they'll keep one of them in the office longer. If they don't send him home. Because I didn't think they were going to send him home. And I said, if you're going to do that, they better play it extra fucking careful. Because these niggas going to catch him. So I ended up going to the first period, and to make sure that he had backup, because me being me, I'm thinking the biggest thing is I would try to think 5 steps ahead. So what I did, I went to all his hot-headed friends, and specifically the ones that were ready to fight the minute I told them. And one of the big dude, tall as hell, cool as hell, tall as hell. He's like just really tall dude, like 6'5" or something, 6'4", 6'5", tall as hell, hothead, and he's ready to fight the world for his friends. Which you gotta respect it. I respect it. I'm cool as hell with him. He's cool as dude. He's a senior too, and if he ever sees this, you're awesome, man, and I can't wait to see what you do in life. I told a bunch of all his friends. They had the same reaction I knew they were gonna have. So I told him, I said, "Hey, look, it's been dealt with. However, I don't think this is over. if it does happen, like if something like this comes happen again, you'll be the first to know, and you will be ready to go to war. And he'd be like, all right, I'm gonna trust you. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I basically told all his hard-headed friends, and they all knew. And they were all ready to go to war for him. And I knew if this man slept up the wrong way, he had to not only fight a man who professionally boxed. You'd have to fight 5 of his crazy fucking friends. He had to fight a bunch of his crazy fucking friends on top of that, and fight me. He's not. There's no way he's gonna win that. And I just set it up like, dude, you're playing. That's what I mean. Like, it's like ignorance. It's like, I mean, when you're hot-headed, you don't think. It's emotionally. You think, and you're like, dude, you're playing checkers. I'm playing chess. I just set up. Like you want to come for him? Go ahead. You're fucked if you do, because I just had 5 of his homies and me and the adults all protect him. And I'm like, yeah, no, dude, there's no way you're touching him. The guy ended up actually getting sent home. I don't know what happened. I ended up sent home. Talked to my homeboy Justice. I gave him a hug. I said, "Man, you all right?" After the day was over, I said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Look, man, just relax." I'm actually pretty for that reason. I'm thankful that something like the coronavirus happened in a small aspect of I didn't want them to be a fight that would jeopardize their lives or their future. So I'm glad that they will never fight, because my homeboy is a senior, was already a senior. He's graduating now. He's graduating now. The guy that wanted to fight him is gonna be he's a rising senior, so he'll be stuck with me 1 year. So if he finds out I was the guy that outsmarted him, it was like that hit him from him, I'm kind of screwed. I'm screwed-ish, because I'm not scared of him. He's like 6'2", 200 some pounds. I'm like sick. I just hit 6 foot. I'm 250 fucking pounds. I'll fucking smash his head in. Like, come on. Like, I'm not worried about it. But that happened, and I'm glad that nothing came of it. And I didn't. That was one of the crazier moments. If you were to tell me that high school would be this enjoyable as far as like the realism and the education of what I enjoyed to learn and stuff, I think you're crazy. I think you're insane, because there's no possible way that you could tell someone who was bullied viciously all 3 years until he inevitably snapped on everyone that high school would be this fucking fun. And I never bought into the hype of, oh, high school's scary, all that other stuff. I never bought into the hype. I was like, dude, it's the same thing as middle school with more people. And I was right. And there is no defeating that. I was like, okay. There's more mature, cool people, which is why I always hung out with older people. Like all my friends, like all people that I genuinely want to be friends with, they're all like adults. They're adults, or they're seniors and juniors. Very few freshmen, people my age, I'm actually friends with. Simply because I don't know, just just that level of where I think people say I think like an adult, and I've been thinking like an adult since I was like 12 or something, like 10 or 12. And I don't know what it is. I just never found finding people or people like people with high intellect, because people with high intellect as on a grander scale, not a school scale where you can like recite fractions or recite your times tables in like 2.5 seconds. Cool as hell, but that's not my taste. I go for people who understand life more and more like are more smart on something that I can learn and you could be interested in, and and they're also be willing to listen. Just more maturity aspect and stuff, and I feel like that's who I like to attract myself more to, no matter what age. Like again, I personally believe wisdom, quote unquote, and knowledge don't discriminate by age. If you got it, you got it. You don't, you don't. It's the same thing that happens. Let's see what happened. There's a story. I remember one thing though. It was like the biggest thing was like, there's gonna be a bully you fear, someone you fear, and I'm like, no, there's nobody I fear. There's nobody I fear. I'll tell you, there's one time. There's one person in my entire friend group who I would mess with them because I'm an asshole and I do it because it's funny. But this one person I'm talking about is a good friend of mine. Met her a while ago. Like elementary school, cool as hell, and she just went ahead and she was just chill, friends with everybody. But when she get angry, she turned into an assassin. She's an assassin. That's what I firmly believe that she's an assassin. There's no disputing that. She's definitely been able to kill. If she wanted to, she's able to kill somebody. And I'll give you an example, my friends. She's a black girl, cool as hell, cool as hell, nicest girl you ever meet, sweetheart, nice smile, pretty, the friend to all that kumbaya shit. That's her. However, you get her upset or you scare her, she's taking your eye out. And when I say that, I mean quite literally. I'll give you an example. Third grade. I went ahead, I had a class with her, and we'd always mess around, and she has like the fast reflex. She's like has like the hand speed of like Mike Tyson. It's so weird. And she said she used to do like kickboxing, all that other stuff. I think something like along those lines, like kickboxing or something. Basically, she's trained to kill niggas, which she's basically telling me. I'm just like, all right, cool. Note to self: don't fuck with her. Don't mess around. So what I did was, I remember one day I just wanted to say hi, so I tapped her head. I said hi, and she did this, and she just went fucking wham right in my eye, and I couldn't see out my eye for the rest of the day, and I was just like, bro, I just trying to say hi, and she was like, I'm so sorry, and so I still talk to her about it that day. She's still just like, why do you remember that? Because like, Doc, I said hi. I didn't mess with you. I didn't roast you. I didn't joke with you. I said hi, and you backhand, and your hands hurt. You know what I'm saying? So the running joke was that we're scared of her, that we don't let her get angry. That's her just messing around, and that's her just chill. If she's angry, she'll fuck you up. So I remember one day in 8th grade, fast forward all the way to 8th grade, because she's still like cool as hell. We have the bus. We're in the back of the bus like cool kids do. Chilling, looking out the back window, taking the back spots. 8th grade, top of the class. You know what I'm saying? Like cool kids, like we do. So, as being in middle school, there are people who are assholes, and I learned that from everybody. Everybody in middle school was either an angel or an asshole. The bus we had were full of assholes. So they started throwing things back at us. And, it was annoying to an extent. I didn't really care. I just said, look, if you throw something back here, I'm going to beat you. I'm gonna whoop you on this bus. And, and we were threatening them, and they just kept doing it. And we threw it back at them, and they stopped. Then somebody threw something semi-solid. I don't know what it was. And even Mahaley was like, hey, can you stop? That's her name. And she said, hey, can you stop, please? And she said it nicely. Because someone threw throwing stuff, and she was throwing stuff over her. You never hear. Someone threw something, and it beamed her right in the face, right in her face. And you just heard her. She stood up. So while this bus was moving, keep in mind, she stood up and was like, who threw that? Her bass dropped, and it was pure anger. When I tell you, I became the most instigating nigga. I was like, oh, she's about to whoop that ass. Oh my God. She's about to kill y'all, and I'm about to watch it. Y'all better pray. Oh no, my phone. Y'all better pray to God that you better pray to God that she show you mercy, because she coming up there to whoop that ass. And I start talking mad shit because I knew she was mad, and she was coming up there to scare them. Because she's like a mom, basically. She's like a mom, and she was about to whoop that ass. Is what I was in my mind. Like, she's coming to claim their souls and bring it forth to like the Dark Lord Cthulhu. That's what I was going through my mind. She's about to snatch some niggas' souls, and I was gonna watch it, and it was gonna be fantastic. She started. I tell you, she put so much fear in them, and she didn't even try. She would wait for the buses to stop and would slowly start seat hopping when people got off to closer and closer to the front. Yeah, oh my God, it was the greatest thing, because the kids just got so scared. None of them knew fear till they met her. They met they met the wrong one. And I tell you what, she got up to that front, they started ratting out each other. She ain't had to say nothing that much. She just said, who threw it? They started snitching quick as possible. Just started snitching on everybody. Dog, that was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Just ratting on everybody. even those who weren't involved, just like, it was them, it was them, it was them. Just started ratting on each other. No loyalty, no friends, nigga. They just were scared as shit because they knew she was coming to steal their hearts. They was coming for their soul. They did not understand. They got it the minute you're out there. And then she was just, she gave him a lecture. I remember one girl was sitting there and said, I'll whoop you. And I'm like, oh, you must not motherfucking know who this is. You must know. I let him know. I said, hey, don't fight her, because she'll kill you. You tell you something. She will snatch your eyeballs like this is Kill Bill in this bitch. You think it's a game? This ain't no game. This is life. You understand? You are about to get freaking destroyed by a goddamn Titan. You understand who she is? An assassin. She will kill you. And they understood that. They never threw stuff back there again. She put so much fear into them. And that one ignorant girl, she ended up not even riding the bus. Because I told her, hey, man, I know you can whoop her ass. Don't ride the bus. And she was like, why? It was like, because I don't want you getting an argument with her. Because it's not since it's a ratchet girl. It was like the attitude, the ratchet girl. And just wanted to fight her, and she knew she'd get her ass whooped. She knew. Besides the fact that they're like, she's an assassin. She's in 8th grade. She's like twice her size. But Haley gives her one good kick. She would treat her how Conor McGregor treated Donald Cerrone in UFC 246. And if anyone doesn't get that reference, look it up. It's a 40-second fight, and it's a 40-second ass kicking. That would have been the essence of what would have happened if they actually fought. But it would have been like 20 seconds or max, because that's how good she is. And she came back upset and all that stuff. We just covered her like, dog. They never did it again. They never did it again. They never messed with us again. Never threw shit back because they knew we had a motherfucking king. We had a god. And I salute to her if she ever sees this, man. I salute you and I respect you so much for that because they motherfucking knew who the goddamn king of the bus was. I'm like, you come up here, you was gonna get fucked up by our homie, who never said a mean thing out her mouth. She would barely cuss. And there's like she wouldn't cuss. She just wouldn't do it. She would always say nice things. But she wouldn't be afraid to whoop that ass. Like, she was going to give him the 2-piece. Bruh, she was going to, I'll tell you, bruh. If she had that attitude, that hateful attitude, she would have whooped their ass 20 seconds or less. It just, oh my God. Sorry, I had to pick up my phone. Just clothesline niggas, just left, right, and center. It would have been the greatest thing ever. It would have been the greatest. It would have been like a WWE pay-per-view inside a bus. It would have been, oh my God, it was so fun. It was just watching the fear that they had in their eyes. It amuses me. It definitely amuses. I look fondly back on that memory. That is something that I remember because that is great. It was so great because they were assholes. They were just throwing shit for no reason. Just throwing pieces of balls of paper, balls of plastic, trash. Like, dog, the bus driver, trash, didn't see it. And she just came up there. She just started seat hopping. It was like if Jason Voorhees was on that bus. They were just like froze up. They were just like, it was him. It was all him. And they were snitching. It was the greatest thing ever. And I was just like, man, Haley. And I was talking so much shit. I was like, man, Haley, you go up there and you throw them out that damn window. Throw them out that damn window. And I was ready because I was ready. I said, let them put their hands on her. All 8th graders just fucking, it's just gonna, and it was so fun. Our bus, I'll tell you what, our bus was crazy though. Our bus was insane. We would talk about the most random shit. I don't even know. We would talk about the most random shit. We would talk about politics, stuff at school, the news. It was just weird. It was like just a good mix of people, and we all had fun. And there would be arguments daily because it's the fun, and everybody would get pissed at me. Like everybody wanted to fight me over the dumbest shit. Like, they wanted to fight me because I said I don't like superheroes, and as I can tell you as cleanly as I could speak, I don't. The only person I would like from like any superhero thing is Thanos. As keenly as I could speak, I can tell you that. Let me tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because I'm kind of flipping the point of the whole thing. It's meant to be fake, right? But I said the whole concept is basically just the perception of something super. They're not actually super. They're either aliens, a government experiment, or a freaking mutation. Or they have money and brains. Whatever universe you want to go to. MCU, DC, or there's some spirit or demon or some random supernatural entity that's outside of Earth. That's it. Mutation, government experiment, smart with money, or just alien, or just something that transcends time and space. That's it. And I can, in simple form, they got upset at me because I was right, and they hated me. They all hated me. They all wanted to fight me. And they jokingly, of course, but like they still were just like, "Shut up, you're stupid." And I'm like, "Really? Give me a superhero. I will flip him on the top of it, to the bottom of its head." And they were like, "Okay, Iron Man. Like, he's rich and he can make technology. Go ahead. What else? Hulk, government experiment. When he gets, he's a goddamn guy with anger issues, but he turns big and green. Mutation. Next, oh." A Spider-Man mutation. He got bit by a radioactive Black Widow, and he can now spit webs out of his veins. Superman, an alien. He's not a hero. He's an alien. That's it. There is nothing super. He's in him. In his own planet. He's an everyday citizen. His whole planet, if it had lived, would have conquered all of us. And in saying that, I did watch Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame. Top quality films. I can tell, and the funny thing is that I did my research so I would get the references. I can tell you everything that happened and talk about it like I actually watched the movies. Didn't watch the movies. The only movie I remember watching, and I didn't even watch the full movie, was Age of Ultron Avengers and the first Spider-Man and the first Iron Man. And I watched like sections of that. But dude, I did research on the internet. I'm like, okay, cool. Now we watch Infinity War. Okay, we want to watch Endgame. And Black Panther. I watched Black Panther, and I watched Thor Ragnarok. Black Panther was actually a good movie though, in general. That one will give you that. But again, the Black Panther, he's a mutation from an asteroid, so you could say he's been alienated. That's what I was. That's a bit. And people got upset at me about that. I was just like, no, I'm sorry, it's what it is, man. It's what it is. Because I turn the logic of something on its head, and they'll get pissed because they don't like to hear that. They just want to hear, yes, it's awesome, it's great, like for its purpose, it's amazing. And then all that stuff, and it's like, and I do believe that's possible. I do believe all that stuff is possible. I believe in every parallel universe, whatever you want to believe, all that other stuff. It is possible for that stuff to happen. It is 100% like possible. There could be another alien race out there that shoots lasers out of eyes, has cold breath, can fly, and has the super hearing, whatever the hell Superman does. It's just like, I do believe it's possible. I believe it's 100% possible. I believe that there is some creature out there where it gets angry, it turns green and huge. There is something out there in the universe. Because it's ignorance to say that there's nothing else but us. It's ignorance to say that there's nothing else. And it comes down to anything. You can talk about anything. There's possibility of anything. I'm going to say anything is possible, meaning if it's possible to conceive in the mind, it is believable and it's achievable. For example, there was a time they said dinosaurs didn't exist, and they got bones, and there's evidence of it. Like, okay, yeah. So then we go down the thing of like, oh, what about dragons? They're like, oh, dragons don't exist. They're mythical creatures. I'm like, dog, it's the same thing as a dinosaur. If you were to attach wings, they're flying dinosaurs. Okay, cool. And what about the breathing fire aspect? Okay, I want everybody to do this at home. At some point, just cover your hands and as hard as you can, just blow hot air, just go. And you'll see how hot it is. Now, if you have to think about it. If you think about science, oxygen will fuel a flame, make it bigger, make it grow. So you have to understand how hot their breath has to be, that it will burn skin, and that on the minute it hits oxygen, it will light up like a flame. That's how lighters work. That's how lighters and how blowtorches work and all that stuff. That's how their body works. So to say that can't happen, if I can't take a Tyrannosaurus Rex, attach wings of a pterodactyl on it, and make its breath so hot that it ignites on command. That's not possible. You're telling me that? Why? Because someone made a series on it called How to Train Your Dragon, one of the greatest series I've ever seen, by the way. You're going to tell me that that's not possible, really? Because it was made into a movie in Hollywood? Come on, man. Anything is possible. I'm saying, don't outrule everything. If it's conceivable in the mind, and you believe it's possible within logic, you can explain it. Anything is possible. Anything. So when it comes to all those theories, that's what I'm saying. They'll say it's a conspiracy theory. Like, it's not really, because I'm pretty sure you'd say, hey, there's giant creatures that used to rule this earth that shook the ground when they moved, and they like ate plants and like, you mean like a bull? No, but it's like a giant thing with 2 legs and small arms, and he's known as the king of the dinosaurs. And he's a giant lizard, and he lays eggs, and I'm like, that's a conspiracy theory, and I'm like, no, it's not. And then, but we have evidence for it. If you can, it's provable. It's like if you look at How to Train Your Dragon 3, I've seen it's a great movie. The whole thing is titled The Hidden World, meaning basically there's like a long story short, there's like a place in the world where all the dragons hid. The place where they hid in the movie is a real place in the world. It's a fall that you can look up on Google Maps. So if someone wanted to, they could dive under. They're probably there. You can't rule anything out. You can't rule anything out because there's a lot of stuff we don't. There's too much information in the world that to say that too much possibility, too much wonder, too much magic, and too much possibility in the world to rule out that things are no, because you just haven't seen them. I've never seen a gun in real life. Doesn't make it mythical. Simple respect. I've never seen a murder. I've never seen someone get murdered in front of me. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You know where you hear it from? You hear it on television. You hear it in books. The same thing you'll hear about dragons. They're in books. They're in television. So why is that so believable? You can take a piece of metal and on the command of a trigger, it can throw something so fast in a direction that it can kill someone. But a reptilian creature who lays eggs, which we have plenty of those, can't fly and breathe fire. Like, we literally have a square piece of metal that on a click of a screen and a few buttons, I can call somebody in China. This is believable, but you're telling me that a horse with a horn on its head isn't? You mean to tell me, you go ahead, you think that way for a while. You think that logic. Again, for example, like stuff that goes extinct. Some stuff ain't extinct. Like Megalodon, the biggest ever recorded shark. The greatest, like could swallow a bus hole. Say it's going extinct. I don't think it has. Why? Because we have only discovered 1% of the ocean. According to that, we've discovered what we perceive as 1% of the ocean. And we can't go that deep. So you mean to tell me these niggas can't dive down to the depths? Because you gotta think about it. You think about the historical things. Because I wanted to be a paleontologist, so this is the big thing with me. You look at the diet if there can be giant squids, like huge humongous squids, like sperm whales, that means there's gotta be something but other than sperm whales that we know that eat giant squid, or that giant squid are that big enough to suffice that. It's too dark and the pressure is too big for us to dive down to, which means there's gonna be something bigger than that. Which means there's gonna be something bigger than that to eat it and counteract the balance of the food chain. So you mean to tell me the megalodon can't survive with a giant squid? Have you seen how big these things are? If that is possible, like all the things, like the kraken and all that can be real. The big concept was it's a giant squid. We have a giant squid. I mean, a colossal squid. There's literally we have a squid called the colossal squid. And these are just proof that anything is possible. The great white is the biggest shark that we have known that's surviving, right? And it's the same aspect as a megalodon. Why can it not? Why can it? Why can it not like? Sorry. Like why can it not? Why can it not exist? Why not? Because you didn't see it? That doesn't make any sense. The logic of like where you just don't see it, so it's not real, and just the doubt just doesn't make it. I will never understand it. I don't get it. And I never understood it. I never understood it, and I probably never will in my lifetime. Because I believe anything is possible, that you can achieve anything. If it's conceivable within the mind, you can do it. It's just a far of just like proving that to other people. And if you want to believe it, you believe it. And they call it conspiracy theories. like aliens are real. I'm like, oh, like aliens don't exist. And I'm like, the concept of a other life form in a galaxy, out of this entire galaxy, we're the only life forms, right? Because that makes sense. Out of like an endless place with like, there's already like 10 planets near us. You mean to tell me that we're the only ones to have life on our planet? That's what you're saying. That there's no other way. You need some photo of something for proof. I'm like, dog, it's simple logic. If there's stuff here, there's stuff somewhere else. That's it. That's literally it. And it just comes down to just education. Just like, what do you believe in? Just don't dismiss everything. I'll say you can take stuff with a grain of salt, but don't just dismiss it. Anything is possible. It's very possible. And you know how the world goes, and we don't. We're never sure of anything. We always want as humans, we always want constants, and we always want the sure, but we don't like uncertainty. And that's it. And yeah. But thank you. This is another episode of the Smorgasbord Podcast. We got some good things lining up. We're gonna tune in for our next episode, our 10th official episode. Thank you so much for stopping by. Love y'all. Stay safe. Wash your hands on the coronavirus, and yeah, we'll see you another time. Later.